Ilian and the Last Light, in a forgotten corner of the world, where the mountains hugged the sky and the rivers sang old songs, there was a village drowning in endless gray. The sun hadn't visited in years. Crops failed, laughter faded, and the people moved slower every season, as if weighed down by the heavy clouds above them. But there was one boy, Ilian, who refused to forget what light felt like. Every morning, before the village stirred, Ilian would climb the highest hill behind his crumbling home. It wasn't much, just a bump of earth with a broken tree at its peak, but to him, it was sacred ground. There, he would stand barefoot on the wet grass, close his eyes, and whisper into the mist, "Come back, we miss you." The villagers thought he was foolish. "Talking to clouds won't bring the sun," they muttered. "Dreams don't feed us." But Ilian didn't argue. He believed that even when the world had given up on you, you didn't have to give up on it. One morning, as Ilian stood on the hill, something different happened. The air shifted, the wind quieted, and then, piercing the dense gray, a single golden beam of sunlight broke through, narrow, trembling, almost shy, and it landed squarely on Ilian. The village gasped. Doors creaked open, faces peeked out. Old men dropped their walking sticks, mouths wide. Children ran into the streets barefoot, laughing as warm light kissed their skin for the first time in years. Mothers wept openly, clutching their babies to their chests. The light seemed drawn to Ilian, like he was its anchor, or maybe its beacon. That day, the villagers gathered around him. No one knew what to say. Some dropped to their knees. Some simply reached out to touch the sunlight on his shoulder, as if hoping it would rub off on them. Ilian smiled, wide and free, and lifted his arms to the sky. "You're home," he whispered. From that moment on, the sun returned, little by little, an hour more each day. Flowers bloomed in cracks where only dust had lived. Laughter grew bold again. Songs were sung louder than the rivers. And Ilian? They called him the boy who brought back the light. But if you asked him, he'd just shake his head and say, "I didn't bring it back. I just reminded it we were still here, waiting."